We are here in Alton, Virginia for the 9th race of the ARCSOA Elite Series schedule here at VIR, Virginia International Raceway, a racetrack that surprisingly we have never been to. The 42 drivers are going to take the green today here, and we will see how that will take place on the 26th lap event here at this fantastic facility here, one of the longer tracks we go to. Let's take a look at your starting grid. The last two spots on the grid go to Aiden Shepard and Anthony Griffith. They had an accident in this session so far, in the qualifying session, so that put them in a position where they really had to be fighting there. Up front of them, you also have the Marlon Exodia, Takumi Hirano, and Bobby Jones up there. Both drivers need a good race there. Ethan Kiterman, and that will be Mika Miyazaki on the grid there as well, with Kai Dry and Austin Silverspoon. Zolt Dormitory and Ty Silverspoon are the next two cars on the grid, with Sean Ard, who is not doing very well right now, and Chester Lester Wester up there as well. Bad day for Ferrari, as Noah Hart is alongside of Austin Sanders on this row as well. Sanders has done decently well the last couple of weeks. Zachary Fitzwater and Nick Pericles are also on the grid as well, up in these positions. Cody Lamas' miserable start to the season isn't much better starting this far down the grid, alongside his Allison Holiday. Apo Anselmi and Caitlin Tannerhill on the grid in the next two spots. Vince Freeze and Ryan Griffin are the next two cars on the grid, with Daniel Bouchard and the 87 car of Ethan Moore. Moore, of course, is a two-time winner this season. Dylan Speeds and Greg Woodard. Woodard has been very strong as of late. Not sure if that will be the case today, though, here at VIR. With points tied for the points lead, Gretchen Faust alongside of Sevar Ilkin. Tyler Thaber and Rich Roy are the next two cars on the grid, followed by, and up in front of them you have the two pass cars of Longstocking and Pliskin. DJ Curtis and Sean Perkins are on the grid next to each other, and the next two cars on the grid are Lance Kelvin and Ryan Matthews. Matthews has been strong so far this weekend, but didn't have a very strong qualifying run. Carol Abbott and Ingrid Hadeland are the next two cars on the grid. Hadeland's been waiting to get back to some road course racing. Haven't seen a road course, I think, since that would be round 5 of Arkansas. Positions 4 and 3, we have Eric Monaco and Zayden Davidson. And on the front row, we have Bethany Woodard in second and Carter Fitzgerald on the pole. So with that being said, that is your starting grid here at VIR. A very hilly, scenic road course. Should be interesting to see what will happen on the grid, or during this 26-lap race. And the green flag is out, and away they go! Down into turn number 1 here. Makes this race very difficult here. Down towards turn 1. This is, of course, a very scenic road course. Very long one of the longer ones on the schedule. And Carter Fitzgerald gets a good start there. Bethany Woodard, though, is fighting back on the inside here. I really don't think the field really wants to see a Woodard win, because the Woodards have been dominant since, have been the most dominant pair of drivers with the Lycoyas in the last couple of weeks. Back to round 5 they've been, and now you've got some very close side-by-side racing there as Carter Fitzgerald does get the spot. Oh, Hadeland's off mowing the grass over there. Oh, we got some cars in the wall in the back. I think I saw Ilkin back there as well. And we have some incidents in the back here. Oh, yes, definitely Ilkin with damage. Some of the camera spots here are quite far away. But I believe Dylan Speeds is in it. That's not going to be good for the Hadeland Sport team. Looks like Daniel Bouchard also involved as well. And it's not even funny how much better the DJ Curtis car has been. Here it is, and it's going to be Bouchard getting into the 53 there. 27 was already losing it, and that's also when Vince Freeze slides in there as well. So you have just a lot of cars all in one spot, just making the mistakes down in the S's. Very reminiscent of Road Atlanta's S's, but without the elevation change. and that kind of just cost all of them, really. Vince Freeze started back in 21st position, and you're going to see here quickly how this race could go kind of backwards for somebody really quickly here on the start. He gets into Ethan Moore a little bit there and just flies off the road there. Kind of a difficult section of corners there to get right. And to make Ford's day even worse, DJ Curtis would mess up the S's there. Normally a reliable road racer gets into point leader Gretchen Faust, and Ayapo Anselmi also involved in that incident as well there. So don't want to get into too many incidents down in that S-Bend complex there on lap 2. We've already seen quite a lot down in that section of the track. Bethany Woodard and Carter Fitzgerald are duking it out quite well here, though, throughout this field here. Woodard is keeping up pretty close to Fitzgerald there, as now you've got Zayden Davidson a little further back with Eric Monaco. Finally, Honda's getting a decent run so far today. Down there as well, as they're trying to maneuver this rather large carousel complex to start off the lap. But you don't want to get too comfortable there because incidents have taken place later on in this lap, obviously, in the S-Bend complex. So it's been very difficult here, as this track doesn't actually have that much grip to it. As you can see, drivers are almost tiptoeing around here because it is an older facility. Pavement isn't the newest around this track here. And here they go. Oh, Ryan Matthews is duking it out there with Kelvin there. Luckily, they seem to make it work. Oh, Perkins went off in the back just on his own there. But luckily, it looks like Perkins will not lose too much speed there. And this is not what Gretchen Faust needs. All the way down in 36th position. Faust is not doing very well today. And you can see that Gretchen Faust has got a long way to catch back up in this event here. Meanwhile, the person she is tied with for the championship lead is Nick Pericles, who's running in 22nd position. Actually has lost a bit of ground there. So now Pericles isn't having a great day either. But we are coming, we are going to start getting into some tracks that I believe Pericles will be a little bit stronger at after VIR. So that could be something to watch. We'll see what position he is in at the end of lap 3. Yeah, down to 26th. Oh, Ingrid Hadeland would lose control down in those S-Bend complexes, and this would actually start a little later on because she would merge on the track in front of Sean Perkins there and almost cause a big accident with Saber there. But luckily, Hadeland didn't cause that, but Ingrid Hadeland should know better than to merge like that. A little later in this race, we have Aiden Shepard messing up this complex, and around they go. And that's going to actually cause a big accident with Sean Ard down there as well. Bobby Jones involved as well. Look at Lester Wester getting through that, but hopefully some of the stupidity down there tones itself down. That was still on lap 3, so that is going to be a bit of a problem, that cornering complex, I think, throughout this race. Coming to the end of lap 6, Carter Fitzgerald has a pretty big lead, as you can see, over Bethany Woodard and Zayden Davidson, a long way back to Ryan Matthews in 4th. This is the kind of day that Matthews Motorsports needs. Matthews Motorsports has struggled this year with luck, really, but the cars are a couple of the fastest cars of the season. And, well, they need this, to say the least. This kind of a run. Just hopefully their luck doesn't run out again, because that could be rather bad. However, as this run would keep going here, Bethany Woodard would start closing in here a bit on Carter Fitzgerald, and this could be very interesting as this keeps going because we know that Lycoya is probably the best car right now on the ARCSOA Elite Series paddock, and it could be very interesting to see if the Lycoya can really do what we think it can do here, because we're out between the Matthews Espira, which is a purpose-built race car. It's not really a road car. It's a purpose-built race car versus Lycoya, which is a street car. I'm interested to see if how Woodard is going to try and get by Carter Fitzgerald here, because we've seen so far in this race that it isn't the easiest track to pass out. Oh, Fitzgerald goes a little wide there, and this is how, right there, that is how Bethany Woodard is going to get by Carter Fitzgerald, because Fitzgerald just kind of threw it away there. Pressure was on, and Bethany Woodard pounced. And within 2 laps, Bethany Woodard would have a massive lead over Carter Fitzgerald back in second position. Bethany Woodard, of course, Sean Perkins won at Road Atlanta. And as I'm going through the schedule, round 5 of Arkansas was the last road course we were at. Woodard won that in Jonesboro. And now Woodard is looking to be one of the fastest cars around this road course here at VIR. We do have a string of road courses coming up here pretty soon. So I think there's going to be a couple of races in between here and then. But there are a number of road courses that are coming up on the schedule along with the American 700, which is really when the points really start festering themselves, because you start seeing the double points start playing into a factor there. And here comes Woodard down pit road, as is Carter Fitzgerald. And we've noticed the Matthews team has not been the best in the past at pitting. So I am interested to see will they be able to make this pit stop work for them here, as Carter Fitzgerald brings it down pit road here. And there is a big gap, though, in between these two drivers, which could be not good for Fitzgerald here, even if Matthews pulls off one of the fastest stops they've ever seen. Woodard is out of the pits, and it's a little bit before Fitzgerald can get going here, so not a great stop there for Fitzgerald there. But here they come flying out of the pits. Ooh, that could be interesting with Miyazaki, the lap car, getting in there as well. In front of Davidson, maybe, or fighting with Davidson there. And, yeah, that's going to be a bit of a problem for Zayden Davidson to get by. Been a while since we've seen an accident here. It's been about 8 laps since one here, and it looks like Ty Silverspoon and Vince Freeze are duking it out, and that's when Silverspoon goes into the wall. Freeze would keep going, but Silverspoon is going to fall out from that. However, Ryan Matthews is all over the rear bumper here of Davidson here on this next lap. And this could be interesting here. Is Matthews going to get... Yes, Matthews gets into him a bit there. And, oh, boy, that is going to force Davidson into a really wonky line there. And that's going to put Matthews into third position. So Matthews Motorsports in third and second there. That's impressive. And predictably, at the same time, Lance Kelvin and Ethan Kiterman would get into an accident down here. And that's Greg Woodard out of it there. Oh, boy, Greg Woodard. Not what anybody really wanted to see from one of the major points contenders. While his sister is leading, Greg Woodard is struggling here. Down in 13th position, accident happens in front of him here. He thinks he's going to miss it, but then Kiterman just kind of shows up there. Not a whole lot he can do. And Carter Fitzgerald is really struggling with that 60 car, and it's actually getting to the point where Ryan Matthews has caught her. Ryan Matthews, by a mile, is the fastest car on the track right now. And Ryan Matthews is really closing in here, and I'm wondering if there's going to be some team orders being played here at Matthews Motorsports to get Carter out of the way so Matthews can maybe chase down Bethany Woodard. Woodard is quite a ways up the track, but there is time. Considering how much faster Matthews is probably like taking out a good second out of Woodard here, a lap here, and if he can get by his teammate, Matthews could definitely fight back here. As here comes Ryan Matthews now trying everything he's got here, and if I'm Ryan Matthews, I mean, you are the owner-driver combo here. Carter is the employee here. And I'd be trying to get Carter out of the way. And as you can see, Ryan Matthews is still struggling trying to get by Carter Fitzgerald here. And that's just letting Bethany Woodard take off into the distance 2 seconds a lap faster that last time than Ryan Matthews here. And considering how far up the road Woodard is, this isn't what Matthews Motorsports needs right now. On this facility right now, we have Austin Sanders, who would actually get turned by Cody Lamas here. And Sanders already has some front-end damage, so... Here was where he got the front-end damage. It looks like Lance Calvin... Oh, Calvin goes off the road, and Sanders gets it there. And then this is where Lamas just turns him. I mean, none of that was Sanders' fault. And I think Cody Lamas just dumped him for the sake of dumping him. And Carter Fitzgerald looks like she has something wrong as Matthews gets by her. There is something really not right with that car, I don't think, because she has lost all her speed here, and you're going to see Carter Fitzgerald just doesn't look nearly as strong as she did during qualifying today. And as they go down the straightaway here, just a big gap back to Ryan, or Matthews now finally gets by his teammate, but Woodard is so far up the track, no one can really even see her. However, Matthews would bring it down pit road here. However, as you can already see, Bethany Woodard's leaving pit road the moment he comes down pit road. Eric Monaco now up to third as Fitzgerald's struggling so massively with that 06 car, with that 60 car, that she's about to fall out of the top 5 at this rate because the 2 pass cars are there as well, just trying to duke it out right there. So Fitzgerald really struggling with that car as Matthews is coming out of the pits now. Still a full half minute behind race leader Bethany Woodard. So at this point, Tyler Thaber has become the fastest car on the track. He's in third position. He's trying to chase down Ryan Matthews here with 7 to go. Eric Monaco also struggling a little bit there. Carter Fitzgerald is all the way down to 9th. Cody Lama is actually, or now 10th actually, as some drivers are duking it out further up the track. Rich Roy, surprisingly having a pretty good race now. Haven't heard much from him all year, but he's quietly putting together some races here. Carter Fitzgerald has fallen off the face of the earth, though, in this event here. However, she is fighting back against Ingrid Hadeland, which is an impressive showing. However, this is not how you hold on to position, as taught here by Russell Pliskin. Goes off the road, comes back on, and loses about 4 or 5 spots in the process. So Russell Pliskin's going to lose a number of spots there. Pass is ready for the big time. We've seen they've had a double top 5 going for him here for a bit there. But now they've got to regroup here, and we've got some side-by-side racing here between the other pass car of Pip Longstocking and Eric Monaco here. This is for 4th position, and it's just overall a really great showing right now from the pass team. And now Ryan Matthews is massively under challenge here by Tyler Thaber, although Thaber did not get through that very well. And actually, Bethany Woodard has slowed down quite a bit. 153, though, there. And, of course, Ryan Matthews was 3 seconds faster that last lap. Now, however, I don't think he's going to get it this lap. He messed up the first corner on the track, but Ryan Matthews has proven that he is faster than Bethany Woodard, but Woodard has such a lead, and I don't think anyone's going to catch her. Battle for 4th is still pretty strong here as Eric Monaco is trying to hold off. Oh, Monaco overdrives it, goes off the track. Longstocking is there, and he goes off the track, and oh, Rich Roy's around. Cody Lamas is trying to hold on to it. Carter Fitzgerald slams in there. There's Russell Pliskin, and an Abbott's going to slide through. David, oh, that's a horrible spot there. His cars are all over the place there. And, oh, we've got Tanner Hill, I believe that is, in it. And Hirano is well in it as well. So, oh, we got more cars up the track off the road. That's Davidson around. And all heck is broken loose here on lap 21 of 26. And this is what happened to Davidson. That's Ethan Moore, who we haven't seen much of today. Around goes Davidson in the process. There's luckily miles of runoff around this track, but don't want to do that too often. And because of that, the dream weekend for Matthews Motorsports, other than winning the race, is going to go up in smoke because Carter Fitzgerald has some radiator damage, we think. Not sure if she's going to fall out or try and get to the end of the race. There's only a handful of laps to go. But this is not what they wanted to see at Matthews Motorsports. The battle for second is also heating up once again here, especially because, oh, well, Thaber actually fell back a little bit here. So Ryan Matthews is trying to salvage a good day for Matthews Motorsports, except when he throws it off the road. Don't want to do that too often, and there goes Thaber by into second. So Tyler Thaber has now taken over second position because Ryan Matthews throws it away. And now the pass car is all over the back of Matthews, trying to bump him off the podium here. Of course, he has some damage from the incident there with Monaco. Honda really needed a good day, and they're not going to get it today. They had such a good day going for them, and then it just goes to nothing with Monaco going off the road. Now you've got Pip Longstocking trying everything he's got to try and catch up to Ryan Matthews here, but knowing the Matthews Motorsports cars, they're just going to throw it away anyway. So if you're Longstocking, just apply the pressure and you'll get it. However, Tyler Thaber's really struggling now. And that actually puts Ryan Matthews all over the backs of Thaber with only 3 laps to go in this event. The battle for second is looking really strong here. And now, but up until Matthews almost throws it off. Oh, Matthews does throw it off the road. That's going to be down to 4th for Matthews at least. And I think Lamas is back there in 5th, looking really strong there. However, now it's up to Pip Longstocking in their 3rd race for pass. Is on the podium right now. Nothing what we would have ever thought from pass here. And they're in 3rd. Zachary Fitzwater would throw it off the road here in the corner before the S's end. Calvin would hit Fitzwater. And around they go here. And oh, it looks like, oh, that's when Ard slides in there. And they both go out of the race. So tough break for them. With 2 laps to go, Pip Longstocking and Tyler Thaber now are going to do battle into the S's, which has been the best passing zone on the track, is forcing somebody into making a mistake down here. And that's what's going to happen. Thaber's going to go wide here, I think, and Longstocking's going to go around the outside. Probably the best pass I've seen all day there by Pip Longstocking into 2nd position. And Ryan Matthews is just hanging back there trying to hold on. Maybe if one of them makes a mistake, Matthews will pounce. And it looks like that was going to be the case, but Matthews ends up making the mistake here and possibly losing 5th here, comes back on the road, parks the bus in front of Lamas. Lamas isn't going to like that too much. This is Lamas' best race of the whole season here. I think he might double his entire points haul just this weekend. But Matthews is really struggling here as we're on the white flag now. And Miyazaki now would get into an incident here as Wester's going abnormally slow down into the carousel there, and Miyazaki just runs it right off the road. Just to recap, Bethany Woodard's been in her own planet all race. Single-handedly dominated this race. Best driver by a mile around this track. Probably the best road course racer we've seen in quite some time here so far, winning 2 of the first 3 road course races of the year. And it's just going to be a dominant performance here by Bethany Woodard. And I'm pretty sure the Lycoya team is going to be ecstatic because this is what they want to see. They want to see domination here. They had the Constructors' point lead, and they're going to come out of here with it, I think, because I don't think anybody's been nearly strong enough to hold off. Bethany Woodard comes out of the final corner here at VIR to win this race. 2nd place, Pip Longstocking. In a shocking performance here by Pip Longstocking. Although being held up by Lester Wester. There is only a corner to go, but Lester Wester is very incredibly slow here. Just shows what a big lead Woodard had as Longstocking still isn't to the line yet. Now Longstocking's on the front straightaway here. Longstocking makes the move down to move into take 2nd position here. Thaber 3rd. 4th and 5th go to Matthews and Lamas there. Lamas needed that race win, needed that like a race win to try and get his season back on course. Bethany Woodard does pull off the victory today. Pip Longstocking 33 seconds behind. That just shows how dominating Bethany Woodard was today. Tyler Thaber in 3rd, Ryan Matthews 4th, Cody Lamas 5th, Eric Monaco 6th, Carol Abbott 7th, Ethan Moore 8th, Russell Pliskin 9th with Rich Roy 10th, Noah Hart 11th, Nick Pericles 12th. Pericles needed that because Faust, that will get him a couple more points on Faust there. Perkins 13th, Faust 14th, Dormitory 15th. Dormitory's been quietly in that very slow Menervini, chipping up some points there. Griffin 16th, Shepard 17th, Zayden Davidson 18th, Ingrid Hadeland 19th. Hadeland was in the top 10 earlier in the race, but then all that schmozzle down in turn down in the S-Bends really took place and took Hadland out of real contention there for a high-scoring points-paying position. She was running around long stocking there, so she could have been on course for a second place. Allison Holiday in 20th, Bobby Jones 21st, Lester Wester 22nd, Kai Dry 23rd, Miyazaki 24th, and Griffith 25th. Outside of the points and out of the race goes Kelvin, Fitzwater, Ard, Fitzgerald, Tannerhill, Hirano, Sanders, Silverspoon, Woodard, Kiterman, Freeze, Silverspoon, Curtis, Anselmi, Ilkin, Speeds, and Bouchard. Bethany Woodard's dominating performance today puts her on top of the point standings with Nick Pericles in second, Gretchen Faust in third, with Ethan Moore fourth, Carol Abbott fifth, Tyler Thaber sixth, Vince Freeze seventh, Greg Woodard eighth, Ryan Matthews ninth, and Sean Ard 10th on 228. Calvin Curtis, Noah Hart, Ryan Griffin, Rich Roy, Dylan Speeds, Sean Perkins, Hadland, and Monaco all have to do a lot of catching up. In fact, Monaco's almost 150 down on Bethany Woodard, so that's going to be a hard one to claw back from. We're starting to see who the real contenders are. However, still a long way to go in this championship here. Zayden Davidson, Aiden Shepard, Austin Sanders, Cody Lamas finally gets a decent race. Carter Fitzgerald, Daniel Bouchard, Takumi Hirano, Caitlin Tannerhill, Anthony Griffith, Ethan Kiterman, Pip Longstocking deserved that race. Russell Pliskin, Ayapo, a Slemmy, or that should be Anslemy, I'm sorry. Bobby Jones, Allison Holiday, Zolt Dormitory, Kai Dry, Sevar Ilkin, Mika Miyazaki, Austin Silverspoon, Lester Wester, Ty Silverspoon, and Zachary Fitzwater rounds out your driver's standings right there. Let's take a look at your team standings leaving VIR. So, leaving VIR, we have Toyota 2 points in front of Lycoya. They had a really good race this at VIR where both cars did very well on the points. And, of course, Greg Woodard did not get points at all today, even though Bethany won. It just shows that both cars need to have a good race, if you want any chance to do anything in this sport. Silver Speed is about 62 back on that. Tesla up into fourth, Nissan down into fifth, 1 point in front of Marlone. Takumi Hirano's really becoming a problem for that team. Hirano's got to finish some races. Dominion Caraway, Hadland Sport, Ferrari, and Matthews Motorsports round out the top 10. Ford Performance Technology, Team Thunder, Bradley Automotive, which there was a misprint on their original points haul. They're down in 13th. They did not have 346 points. They were only at 246 points. I mistyped that on the points chart. Roy Inc., Honda, PASS, Mid-Atlantic Motorsports, MDR, Minervini, Blameless Racing, and ARCSOA America round out all of the teams. With that being said, we will see you next time where ARCSOA takes on the very narrow and very tight Darlington Superspeedway, or Darlington Raceway. We'll see you then.